finding it.
Caught me at the right time, baby. Oh, I was at the end. Made me feel like that.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Natasha. Go ahead and subscribe because why not? And while you're here, go ahead and follow me on all socials because we need to stay connected, okay? Listen, this video, heads up, is chaotic. From my camera overheating 50 million times, to me stuttering, to my nose bleeding, to something or someone knocking at my door. Yeah, I don't know who or what doesn't want me to speak, but I'm gonna speak because I didn't even say nothing bad. So if you want to hear what I have to say, then make sure you subscribe first. Subscribe, and keep watching. This video is so overdue, it's embarrassing. And just a disclaimer real quick, the lights are bright. I don't know if I want to look at myself. I don't know if I want to look at the lens. So sorry if my eyes are doing this, okay? Let the chaos begin. So yeah, I did ask you guys last month to send me topics on Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And just random topics. They could have been about me. They could have been you asking for advice. They could have been general topics. And I was going to pick what kind of video I wanted this to be. But I think I'm just going to do a general chit chat. Just a little, talky talk. I'm feeling a little talkative, which is very rare. When you guys send in the topics or questions, I kind of like to group them and then break them down because they do get kind of repetitive, so I'm not going through each one individually. Like I said, this is overdue because I did ask you guys to send topics back in January, but baby, I wasn't feeling talkative in January, and January had a little bit of 2024 residue, and I didn't like that. So with that being said, Happy New Year, Happy Black History Month, happy all of that, happy just everything, happy month of love, happy whatever else February is, okay? Positive vibes, good vibes, despite everything going on, okay? We need a breather. If you're at home, if you're driving, turn this up. We're gonna try to have good vibes, nothing too heavy. I don't know, because I've been just so emotional lately. But anyways, nothing too heavy, nothing too dramatic, just good vibes, okay? Okay, so the first topic at hand is social media. And a lot of people ask, how do you deal with negativity on social media and all that kind of stuff? I think I've spoke on this before, but just like I do in real life, I pay the dust. And I highly suggest that you do too, because I know a lot of people, want to become content creators or struggle posting on social media because they don't want to deal with the negativity and it makes them nervous and gives them anxiety. And I completely understand that everybody doesn't handle everything like I would, just ignore it or hide and disappear. On a serious note, you have to realize that's not, realistic. You're not gonna dodge negativity in a lot of aspects of your life. There's always positives and there's always negatives. That's how life continues to be balanced. We pray for more positivity, but baby, sometimes a little negativity be coming in. But yeah, you just have to push through it and honestly just ignore it. There's no point in feeding into it. First of all, when it comes to social media, I just feel like there are so many evil, miserable people that just sit online all day waiting for something to say. They'll see somebody so happy, so unproblematic, minding their own business, enjoying their life, and they're just let me just try to poke at you and try to make you crack. And you literally have to ignore that. There's nothing you can do about it. I genuinely have no advice on how to handle it because there's some days where I may get a negative comment and I'm just okay, whatever. And then there's other days where I'm just oh my God. Or I'll just send it to my friends and I'll be so upset. But also that's because baby, we have good days and we have bad days. Some days I pay something dust and some days it bothers me. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the comment or who it's from. It solely depends on my mood. So I would just say, just go through the motions. Don't let negativity on social media hold you back from posting or, progressing. And that's if we're talking about negativity as far as posting. Now, if you want to talk about negativity on social media as a whole, just as a what's the word I'm looking for? But let's say consumer, as somebody, consuming content, scrolling all day on your phone, baby, block. If you see something that you don't like, block it. If you keep seeing the same person and you feel like every time you see them they're negative, block them, mute it. If you see a topic that people are talking about and it's triggering you and you feel like it's negative, literally block it. Like, we have so much more control than we think that we do. I feel like we're so consumed with like social media and our phones and like this and that we think that it's controlling us, when in reality we have more control than we're giving ourselves credit for. Baby, block it, mute it, turn your phone off, turn on a show, turn on your comfort show, go outside, call a friend. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's very easy to navigate through that. But again, it's a lot easier for me to say because I'm just not easily influenced by... Is my camera overheating? Easier for me to say because I'm not easily influenced by a lot. Like, I literally will, like, if I see something stupid, I'll be like, okay, that's enough for the day. And I will start binging a show and be 6 seasons in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not that serious. It's not that serious. I'll call my friends, we'll laugh, we'll make jokes. I'll bother my mom. I'll go to, can't go to the T word, I'm not gonna say it, but I'll go run errands. Like, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. And this is gonna sound so corny and so cliche, but we literally have to learn to start appreciating things around us, focusing on more positive things. It's so easy for us to like focus on negative experiences. Like, if you have a negative experience with somebody in your life, right? You're like, that person did me wrong, this and that and that. I'm gonna, get them back or get equal or whatever. But that energy is never really matched positively. And why? Get that out of your head. Just breathe and get the negativity out. That is something that I'm really working on this year because it can overconsume you. And I think that's where a lot of like, depression comes from, getting in funks, getting uninspired, feeling stuck. Like, it's because you're just letting that negativity pile up and pile up and pile up. Sometimes these are so refreshing, and then sometimes they're not. I'm in the middle right now. I have not sat and talked to the camera in so long, so excuse me if I seem a little awkward. I really feel uncomfortable right now. Okay, so anyways, like I said, I like to group some of the topics and not make them so specific because this is not that, okay? I don't want no smoke. I don't want no nothing. Okay, so we're gonna just generalize this topic and talk about parasocial relationships. I know what parasocial means, but let's look it up and have the correct definition. The definition of parasocial is relating to a one-sided emotional connection with someone you don't know personally. Kind of goes hand in hand with like dealing with the negativity on social media. When I tell you, people on the internet are losing their minds. They're going crazy because I'm finding it. If you follow somebody, just sit back and enjoy the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just enjoy their content. Being overly consumed with somebody to the point where you're like foaming at the mouth and raging because like they won't tell you, certain things about their life or include you in certain things is strange. It is strange. I'm sorry if you take offense to it. It's strange. I understand liking somebody and wanting to know more about them and like, wanting them to be a little bit more personal, but you have to understand like people are entitled to their privacy. Ooh, my foot is falling asleep. Oh my goodness. You have to respect people and what they choose to tell you or include you in or not, and just let it be that. Like, there's been so many discourses, and I feel like it's more so like on TikTok is where I'm seeing it more, because TikTok is such a different, I love TikTok by the way, but it's such a different platform than like YouTube. Like, YouTube used to have this little drama back in the day. People used to be like, oh, like who's dating who, or like where did they move to, or like what are they doing, or what's the tea, is this person friends with that, or like that used to be like something, but like not as like now. It's like once something happens, you scroll and like people are able to pick up their phone, say something in 15 seconds, and then it goes viral, and then now it's a whole discourse. Like, it is just too much. It's to the point where like people start to get nasty with people online. They start to threaten these people, harass these people to know their business. And it's like, if you're a person that is like this and you're overly consumed, there's one thing being nosy, But then like be nosy in the group chat. Like be nosy to yourself. Like when you're like under somebody's post and you're on every other post about that person, look in the mirror. Bring it back. Okay. The way I look at it is ask yourself this. Once I find out this information about this person that I don't know, how is this gonna change my life personally? How is this gonna affect me personally? Is this gonna add to my life in any positive way? The answer is all of those are probably no. You're just gonna have tea, and have tea for what? For what? I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm above tea and gossip because baby, I've been peeping stuff too. But one thing about it, I will never be searching through somebody's followers to see what tattoo matched the tattoo in the background, what nail color matched the nail. I will never. Ever. It is never that serious. I just need everybody to get a grip, and I also need you guys to realize when you start acting like that to your favorite, influencers, content creators, whatever you want to call them, you do realize that they become more closed off because you have now made them uncomfortable. And you may be like, oh, I just commented, like no big deal. No, you're adding to it. You're a part of the problem as well. And you have to think there's somebody that's a little bit more unhinged than you. So they're probably DMing this person, harassing this person, stalking this person. People are insane. So yeah, if you're one of those people that contribute to that side of social media, just take a step back, look at yourself, find something else to do. Like I said, there's so many other things to do. Take a walk, watch a show, call a friend, Okay. A lot of people were asking, or not asking, but they were like saying, how do you deal with feeling lost at blank age, or something about age. And you guys, you have to realize that every year you are turning a new age, which means you're coming into new things, new experiences, new obstacles, new everything. You know what I'm saying? You're outgrowing things, I don't know. This is just a part of growing up. So like, I don't think that you're lost. I just think that you're adjusting to new. And new makes a lot of people uncomfortable, which is normal. But again, we always harp on the negative because it doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel familiar. So you're like, oh my God, I'm so lost. I don't know what I want to do. And like, it's okay. It's normal. And also like, there's literally no age where you're going to have it figured out, where you're going to have everything right. I see some people that are 25 and baby, they are on it. They have their life figured out. Like they are finished with school, started their career, starting their family. Like, or if those are things that you deem found, not lost anymore, then let's use those as examples. And they have their life together. And there's some people that are accomplishing that at 35, and that is okay. Like, that is okay. We're all on our own timeline. We all have different paths, and you just have to go through the motion. You also have to ask yourself, like, what are you looking for? Why are you lost? What are you trying to find? And answer those questions to yourself with positive answers, and also things that only include you, not other people. Like, I can't tell you what to say, but don't be like, my life would just be so much better if I had a husband, because now you're including somebody else in your dream and your next step. Or if I had kids, or if I had friends, or if my family this, or if this and that, or you have to focus on you. I always tell people, you have to literally put yourself first. You have to be comfortable with accomplishing things alone, doing things alone, being alone, and then you can go into the next step of including people. I'm really trying not to say, I feel like I'm like stuttering over my words because I feel like another thing, you guys, I feel like everybody on the internet takes their words so literal, and it's just like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. And you have to stop comparing yourself to people. Again, we're all on a different path. We all have different goals. We all have a different finish line. Just because so-and-so is doing X, Y, Z and you're doing A, B, C, it does not mean that they're any better than you. It does not mean that you're any better than them. We're just on different wavelengths. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, keep that in mind. And just like, I don't know, I just want everybody to just be so I just want everybody to be so much kinder to themselves. And I'm talking to myself too, because baby, I be hard on myself. Oh my God, my camera's overheating. Ugh. But I just want everybody to be so much kinder to themselves. Give themselves grace. Give yourself a break. Okay, give yourself a pat on the back. I need to just stop using this camera for like long form content because it's not for that. This is my vlog camera. But yeah, so moving along. So a lot of people were asking about making friends as an adult, making friends in a new state, what kind of hobbies can you do to like meet new people and all that. And I'm not gonna hold you. I think we talked about this before. I am not the best person to ask that. Like, I have enough of friends personally. And I'm trying not to sound like a BIDC. Majority of my friends, you guys, we've been friends. We are at least a decade in. I've had a lot of my friends since like childhood. Well, yeah, I call high school like childhood because you are a child in high school, okay? I've had a lot of my friends since like, you know, childhood or like right after high school, or like I said, it's at least been a decade. A lot of my newer friends as an adult, I've honestly met through social media, which is not crazy. I know a lot of people have bad experiences with meeting people online, but I have good discernment. Ask about me, okay? Ask about me, because I be telling my friends about people and they don't be listening to me, and then I be right, and then they be like, Tasha was right, and I be like, I know I was right, but that's a different story for a different day. Actually, no, it's not. But I just can see through people. Like, even if I go along with it, like, I can see through people. I already know what kind of person you are. But since we're talking about making friends as an adult, a lot of my adult friends I've honestly met online, and either we met and we kicked it off and then like we just continued talking and hanging out and, you know, all that, or we met and we, you know, maybe didn't have the best connection and we're just like associates. I don't have beef with anybody. There's nobody that I'm trying to think that, okay. I can't. There's people in my adult life that I don't get along with, but it's because there was like a legit reason. Like, I've never like just met somebody and like it just didn't work. Like, I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like lately, like on TikTok, I'll see a lot of girls and they'll be like, oh, I'm new to Atlanta, or I'm new to Houston, or, you know, wherever, and I'm looking for girls to hang out with and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, just like people want relationships, they want friendships, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, again, maybe because I've never experienced it, so I just don't understand. I'm really trying to figure out, like, what are you looking for that you haven't found? Because if you are looking for friends to like go out and eat, take pictures, okay, my words, okay, let me get my words. I think that this is my brain working in real time. I think that people are looking for friends for the wrong reasons. There, I said it. You have to understand that there's levels to friendships, and like, it's okay to like have that person to do that with, but you guys don't need to be like talking all day. They don't need to know your personal business. Like, friendships like that, you can't go seeking. Okay, I guess, okay. I'm finding it. That's the only thing that keeps coming to my mind today. So this is my outlook on it. I really, 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 really value my friends. Like, I love my friends, no matter how I act. I know y'all be thinking I'm mean sometimes, but I love you down. And their nose bleeding? Oh my God, 1 second. Ah! Normal me is like, oh my God, my nose always bleeds. Spiritual me is like, if I speak. But anyways, like I was saying, I love my friends, right? And they're like family to me. So it's like, we have developed that relationship. And so when I think of friends, I think like locked in. I'm not seeking that. You grow into that. So I just think you need to be more specific on what you're looking for. Like, are you just looking for somebody to just go out with, build a relationship? If you're just looking for somebody to take pictures with, go to dinner with, whatever, maybe you can find that on Instagram. This is debatable. I know this is a debatable topic. I don't think every friend should be included in everything. I don't think every friend should be at your house chilling. There is some friends that you just go out with, friends that you go to dinner with, and you sit and you talk and you have good conversation. It may not be on a personal level, but y'all have good conversation. There's some friends that, girl, when we going to the club, I'll see you there. There's certain friends that you travel with. You know what I'm saying? There's like different friends for that. So, you know, just kind of figure out like what void you're trying to fill when it comes to friendships. and go from there. Alrighty, so I think we're gonna wrap this up because my nose bleeding kind of threw me off. I don't like that, but I'm gonna keep pushing. Okay. My camera overheating again. This video is so chaotic. So lastly, to wrap up this video, we're gonna talk about the boys, okay? The men's relationships, all that stuff. How do you feel about women having standards for men that they don't meet themselves? Funny, I just talked about this today. I literally was talking about this earlier. I don't agree with it. I do think that, me personally, Natasha, I do look at men and think that they should be providers and they should this and that, all the things, right? But I'm not gonna look at a man and be like, he should have, let's just put out examples. He should have a car, a house, and make $1 trillion a year, and I don't have any of that, or I can't match any of that. That to me does not make any sense. I feel like a lot of women do require, that word sounds so wrong just now, require. Anyways, a lot of women do require a lot of things that they don't have themselves because of course they want to just get in a relationship and reap the benefits, which, you know, I don't knock that either. However, me personally, I do meet requirements that I require. So yeah, I do think that before you write down your list of what you want a man to be, you need to take a step back and look at yourself. Because if you're requiring X, Y, and Z from somebody else, you're not even focusing on yourself. You're not looking at yourself to say, okay, what goals do I need to meet? What do I need to accomplish before I can get this person, or, you know, get this kind of man? Because baby, I mean, some women get lucky, you know what I'm saying? Some women, they don't have to do anything but be cute, and I love that for them. I don't want to say realistically because that's also people's reality, but realistically, you're gonna have to meet some of the standards that you require, period. That doesn't even necessarily mean being equal, because I don't think that men and women are equal. I don't, okay? But when it comes to relationships, when it comes to relationships, I don't think that they're equal. But you do have to realize that you're gonna have to bring something to the table, like whatever that is. And also, that also depends on your partner, whoever you meet. Like, do they require you to even have a job? If they don't, then baby, you don't need to be making no money. You could be staying at home. Does he require you to have a car? Does he care about that? It all also goes back to that person. That's why I don't mind talking about like relationship stuff, but I also feel like there's so much lint dusting around, but I also feel like everything is so subjective. Like, me and you can be dating somebody, but we're both gonna have different outcomes because we're all different people. We all have different standards. So it's like a lot of people try to have these like guidelines and like these dating coaches and sprinkle, and like some of these things are helpful, but at the same time, you have to look at you and you have to look at that person that's in front of you at the end of the day. That's how I look at it. So yeah. Decentering men and working on your goals, that kind of goes back to what I was talking about. You have to look at yourself. Like, and I personally feel, oh, my camera's overheating again. I personally feel like in order to have a successful relationship, you have to be okay with being alone. You have to be okay with a period of your life where like men are not gonna exist. You're not talking to anybody, you're not entertaining anybody, you're not trying to please anybody, you're not trying to work on you and whoever's relationship, you're working on yourself. That is the only way that if you truly desire a successful relationship, not the only way, but on your end, because you never know, but on your end, I feel like that's one of the only ways. If you're always in a relationship, always dependent on somebody, always this is a whole nother story for a different day. But if you, what is happening today? I'm getting so uncomfortable. If you're in a place where you're truly working on yourself, you have to do that. I'm not saying that you can't work on yourself and be in a relationship. It's very possible. But if you feel like this person in your life or this male species or whatever, the thought of a relationship is hindering you, cut that off, visit it later. pick it back up later. And we're gonna like wrap this up because I'm getting really uncomfortable and things are happening. It's getting a little spooky over here. And I don't like that. We're talking about relationships that have ran its course and moving on from it. First of all, you know at that exact moment when that relationship has ran its course, you know, for my girls out there and my boys, you know at that exact moment that it's done. But the issue is a lot of us don't know when to let go because what we're in is familiar. You don't want to walk away from that relationship or that situation because you've gotten so used to being with that person every day, talking to them or their presence, you know what I'm saying? And that makes you uncomfortable. You have to be okay with being uncomfortable, being sad for a little bit and moving on. It is not gonna help you in the long run if you are in something and you're not fully into it, or if you're in something and you're kind of resentful to that person because of whatever, or it doesn't make any sense. I've been there, I've done that, and it's of no benefit because at the end of the day, guess what happens? It still ends. Whether it's on your time or their time, it still ends and it still hurts. So it's better to get it over with sooner than later because you're not doing anything but wasting your time. Sometimes relationships do end on good terms. They're not always terrible. It's just you and that person are not on the same page, you know? And it's okay. Move on. If you and that person are meant to be, you will find your way back to each other at some point, if that is what it is supposed to be. Let's use like an example of like, say you got a job offer somewhere else, right? And your boyfriend doesn't want to move and he shouldn't have to move. And you're like, well, I'm not staying, I'm going to take the job. And you guys break up. I don't think that's necessarily a bad breakup. I just think that it's run its course, maybe for now, and you have to do what you have to do. And maybe you guys will revisit later, or maybe while you're gone, you meet somebody else. And he meets somebody else. I don't know. But I will say when the relationship has run its course and I need us to stop acting like we don't know when things have run its course, to just let it be. That's the best thing that you can do. The worst thing that you can do is stay in something because you have all this regret. Like I'm telling you firsthand, every time something ends, I look back at a situation, I'm like, I should have just ended it a year ago. I be so upset with myself that I did not just end something when I should have because it ended anyway. And then I look back at the situation and I'm like, not only did I not stop it when XYZ happened, I let this happen and that 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 happen. And now we're here and I have all this built up resentment, all this built up animosity because I did not just walk away because I don't like peace. So if you're that person like me, stop doing that. Also, be okay with the fact that you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be in a funk and then realize that it's gonna be okay. Like it's not the end of the world. Think about all the things that you've gone through in life and you're still here, you're still thriving, you're still healthy, you're still okay. My camera overheated again. I don't know where I left off at, but basically what I was saying was just end things when you feel that in your heart because you do know. And think about every time you and something or somebody has ended, not even just relationships, but the end of a job, end of a friendship, end of anything. You look back and you're like, damn, I should have just let that go when this happened way prior. So moving forward, let's just save ourselves the time because honestly, like I said, it's gonna hurt regardless, whether you let it go now or whether you let it go 5 years from now. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be worse if you wait because again, you've now like dog-piled up to that and it hurts even more. So, but that's it for this chit chat. It was very chaotic and all over the place, but I mean, hey, we're here. I missed you guys and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in my next one. Mwah. Bye.
Baby,